1000万 MLB 翻訳侍戦士チャンネルへようこそ。驚異的な活躍ぶりが話題を呼んでいます。打者としての圧倒的なパワーと走者としての俊足を兼ね備えた大谷選手。今シーズン彼は50本塁打50盗塁の偉業達成に向けて突き進んでいます。今回はこちらを詳しく解説している番組をご紹介いたします。ご意見やご感想などありましたらぜひコメント欄までお願いします。この動画が面白いと思っていただけましたらチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いします。それではご覧ください。
Cubs, they could not run through the tape. So with that said, let's roll. This is our Circus Sports Illinois studio, and this is Cubs Postgame Live. I'm Cole Wright. There's a 17-year big leaguer, Cliff Lloyd. And Cliff, this is a very frustrating loss, especially after this Cubs team showed so much fight, battling back to tie the affair, but Dodgers with a little extra firepower tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, 5 homers. So it's not like,
and 2 from Tommy Edman. Again?
If you tell me
how does that happen on back-to-back nights?
I mean, he figured something out overnight. And I mean, look, he came into the series with 0. Left with 4. So, but look, I mean, you can hang your hat on, say again throwing out a third. You can go back to PCA, trying to being aggressive in a situation.
Let's go back to that though, because with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning, Seiya Suzuki on second, Cody Bellinger on first. They get the double steal going, and he was clearly out. And like Depp said on the broadcast, if you have 1 out in the top of the 9th and you're threatening in a ball game, if you're going to steal third, you have to make sure that cat is safe. And Seiya Suzuki looked like he tried to swipe third base very tentatively.
Well, you can say tentatively or not. I mean, he had a good jump. It's just when you're talking about, success rate with a lefty up at the plate, you better get a really good jump and you better be safe. I mean, Will Smith is accurate. He's on point, quick release.
He's got but an alley right towards third base.
You don't steal on Will Smith. You steal on Kopech. And before that out right there, he's 5 for 7. Success rate against him. Last year, 32 for 39. It's 81%. This year, 71%. My point of it is, he's going to give you the bag. Right? You just got to get, your lead has to be bigger than that because he's not going to try to pick you off at second.
Not at all.
So, right?
Especially with the way he was going.
I mean, he
was
was
find that zone.
He was trying to find everything.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, Will Smith went out there twice. They had no more mound visits. Mm-hmm. So, you just got to be safe. Bottom line. I mean, you can look at it. I don't know. We can cut it how we want. You just got to be safe. So the league has to be bigger because you have a lefty there. It's easy for Will Smith to throw that ball down to third base. With a righty up there, he has to go behind him. The righty's not going to let you just, stand there and make a really good throw. You're going to have to work to get the guy out of third base. But you just can't, that can't happen there. But I gave you the percentages based on the fact that it's not a bad play, but look at the jump. He's releasing already. He throws 100. You have to be more than halfway there if you're going to be safe.
But is the fact that there was a lefty in the box, not a right-handed hitter, that throwing lane for the catcher, I mean, it's clear and present right there, and that's part of the reason why Seiya Suzuki was out at third base.
Yeah, 100% the reason. But look, you can say it's that. You can say it's the fact that he didn't get a big enough jump. Your lead has to be big enough where he steps off. Like that. Look, you're still in third base with a lefty at the plate. Michael Kopech is not going to step off and throw it at second. Closers don't do it.
They don't do it.
I mean,
you can go back. Pick moves.
You can go back to the bottom half with Trey on the mound. Wingenter, like you let a guy, you let Teoscar steal second. I mean, it wasn't even a thought. He took off before you even started your windup. That's what Seiya had to do in that situation. Michael Kopech is
almost like we saw Miguel Rojas last night. We saw him steal second. We saw him steal third late in the ball game, and it was almost like they had that man on third base in the blink of an eye.
Well, you saw Teoscar do it. You saw Rojas do it. That's how you have to steal, right? Especially against guys who are not going to try to who attempt to pick you off. You have to be running before they even release the ball. Why? Because they throw hard. So they're going to get the ball there a little quicker, and the catcher, all he's asking for is just to get the ball to him quick, so he can make an accurate throw. That's all Will was trying to do in that situation.
Was it an unfair assessment of the situation? A left-handed batter in the box, Will Smith behind the dish, and he's thrown out more runners percentage-wise than any other backstop in all of baseball. Why would you want to run yourself into that brick wall?
Look, I get the theory. I get the thought.
Trying to be aggressive.
Well, you want second and third. You need 2 runs, right? So I get where the angle is. My point of it is, and I'll say it again. If you're going to steal in that situation,
Gotta be safe.
You have to be safe, one, but you have to get the lead to put you in a position to be safe. And I don't think Sayers' lead was big enough.
Unsatisfactory when it comes down to brass tacks, especially when it's that late in the ball game. You have to make sure that you're 110% trying to swipe that extra bag and go that extra mile, and that's not what we saw. But we did see something unfold. Let's go. Stellar play presented by Stella Artois. We saw the power of Tommy Edman take full shape. He entered the ball game with 0 long balls. In the last 2 games, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like we were watching a children's show, teaching kids how to count. How did this happen?
Well,
what went wrong?
I'm gonna see 94 right down the middle there. This is a changeup where now you have a.
That's a good
feel.
piece right there. Went out, got it.
Piece of hitting.
Yeah.
This is a slider that I just don't understand the pitch sequence. I don't understand how a guy fouls a ball off his foot and you have 98 and you challenge Will Smith with 3 fastballs at 98 and you don't challenge Tommy Edman with a fastball at 98. Like, you're allowing him to speed up his bat in that situation. I just didn't like the pitch call at all.
All the home run hitters in this Los Angeles Dodgers lineup, and Tommy Edman is the dude that breaks your back over this series, not necessarily the fact that we lost this game. I say we, like I was playing third base for the Cubs tonight, but the fact the Cubs lost this one and Tommy Edman was the tastemaker, that's the biggest gut punch in this one, Cliff.
Yeah, but you know what? You got a guy in Tommy Edman who was hitting the ball pretty well. Like, it's not like he, wasn't hitting the ball. Sometimes, you find something in the cage, and all of a sudden it transitions to the game, and you make the pitch. Like, that pitch yesterday. I mean, we just saw it. It was 94 right down the middle. I mean, that's like, that's like BP for certain guys when you're feeling good. There's no movements, no cutting, no sink. It wasn't a battle. It was just Tommy Edman's up there putting, the barrel on the baseball. It's 79, 80 at bats. He's playing center field for a team. Did you think Tommy Evans would be playing center field for the L.A. Dodgers?
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Right,
I don't think James Outman did. I don't think anybody did.
Right, so when you look at the situation, I said it in the pregame. I mean, these are big league hitters, man. You don't just waltz up there and just be like, I'm just going to toss
Didn't we say
guys.
during pregame, however, don't let Tommy Edman beat you? And Tommy Edman.
If I have to, and this is no disrespect to Tommy Edman, if I'm worried about him with that top 3, then we got a problem. I mean, the top 3 with Teoscar tonight, top 4.
Uncle Oscar.
That's what I'm worried about. If I'm, Jordan Wick, I'm like, hey, man, I got to get these guys out, and then I'll worry about Tommy Edmonds and the rest of the crew. But when you think about it, how it unfolded, it's just pitch situations. And look, when you talk about 5 homers, I don't care who you are. That's a lot to overcome and try to win a series. I mean, you won a series to try to sweep. This team has not been swept this season at Dodger Stadium. It's not happening unless you beat them down.
That display of power right off the top, the first time in the history of the Dodgers franchise they had 4 home runs in 1 inning. Jordan Wicks, I know he wants to set records, but this is not a record that he was looking to have his name attached to.
No, and I think, the one thing you look at with Jordan is the fact he's trying to get his feet up on him, trying to get back out there, right? I wish we would have seen more of his change-ups. I thought, for me, that's the pitch when he has a good feel. You get a lot of chase with.
Absolutely.
He couldn't get to it, right? I mean, he missed a couple calls. They probably didn't go his way early on. But I think the biggest thing for me, Cole, was he couldn't get to that changeup. This was more of a, slurve. That was a changeup right there. Got hit by Edmonds. Fastball in, and then this one right here, he had to come in to Max Munson.
Yeah.
He deposited on right field bleachers. But just a night where, Jordan couldn't get out of his own way, couldn't make that pitch to get that big out in key situations in the first inning.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And when the tempo setter, the guy that you circle on that lineup who bats leadoff and is on the cusp of breaking history, well, when he rattles your cage, it makes it that much harder to go out there and execute that game plan. Let's go Nissan electrifying play, powered by Nissan. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And this man getting closer to 50-50. With each swing of the bat and each step of his spikes. But hold on a second, Cliff. Why has no one said that he is the founding member of the 45-45 club? After you get to 40-40, if no one's ever been 45-45, isn't that a club in and of itself before you get to 50-50?
I mean, well, you answered for you.
You would think so, but no one said anything about that, though.
I mean, look, it's just the pace he's on is ridiculous. This pitch right here, it's 1-2. We were sitting there And we just had one little quick blink.
It's like we were watching a scary movie. Don't go in there! And he went in there, and then it was out of there.
And you know, his jumps at first, everything about what he is doing, I mean, it's just, he's so aware of everything. I think, you know, when you look at Dave Robertson, how he inserted him into the leadoff spot when Mookie got hurt, you know, it's just something to, as a starting pitcher, you're thinking about everything Shohei Ohtani when you go on that bump, right? It's like, man, how do I get him out? I mean, Wicks, he had him 1-2. Well, like he was sitting there 3-1 in the hitter's count. He was in the pitcher's count, you know, but you just, you know, you in your mind, you're trying to make the perfect pitch and you hang it. That's all he's waiting on. I mean, most hitters are hitting mistakes. Mm-hmm. He's hitting everything. So I don't know. You have to paint everything.
Except with runners in scoring position.
Well, I mean,
Shohei Ohtani, 217.
Yeah, you got one little asterisk by his stats. Come on. But I'm just saying, like, when you think about where he's at, it's just a different atmosphere. It really is.
Yeah, and if anyone would have said, who's going to hit 4 home runs in this series? Is it Shohei? Is it Freddie Freeman? Is it Mookie Betts? If you said...
he just left pitches over the middle of the plate. They took good swings, and he just had a hard time kind of keeping them off balance. They were very comfortable, really all night against them.
What are some of the challenges for him? I mean, it seemed like it wasn't necessarily just one pitch. It seemed like they were getting hard contact against. What are some of the challenges for him when maybe he doesn't have fastball command or that changeup isn't working for him?
It's going to be a tough night if he doesn't have either of those pitches working. I mean, that's, you got to have something working.
Well, Craig, keeping it real as always, and so are we. Let's go Powering Chicago Power Play of the Day, presented by Powering Chicago. And, well, Isaac Paredes, that glove looking real bold down there today, making a snare like that. Oh, on Mookie Betts. You know, Mookie, fleet of foot. Isaac says doesn't matter. Coming up from the knees and just flipping right across the diamond, Clint.
Well, you know, he didn't have much time, right? You got
Not at all.
Going down the line. But his ability to stay in that bat, his ability to stay on baseballs, know he misses pitches, not get frustrated, but then finally gets his pitch. And I won't even say 99 sinker away is your pitch, but the fact that the confidence is building as you're in that bat allows him to get to that pitch.
His defensive mindset in the batter's box, it's unparalleled.
Yes, but you also see it more so when left-handed, on left-handed pitchers, right? When left-handed pitchers are, he's one of the best because he fights off balls. He has less movement, and he's just trying to put, bat to baseball real simple and easy. But when you look at that at bat against 99, you have to go the reverse way. You can't go out and try to get that. You have to let the ball get, to the plate, let it get deep, and allow you to get your hands extended. The ones before that, he was trying a little bit too much. He dialed it back a little bit and was able to get 99 sink piece away.
He realized
that
99, you just got to touch it.
Well, supplying the power.
That's all you have to do,
right?
And that's what we've seen.
But the biggest thing, Cole, real quick, is he stays on the changeup, and he just misses a curveball. Like, he's not missing them. When he was struggling, when he didn't have the power in his shoulder, he was missing those pitches. This bat was lagging a little too much, and it was just over top or underneath. Now he's on them, and it's showing with his at-bats as the season goes on.
Without a doubt, and Cody Bellinger, not just one of the best versus lefties. As a lefty, he's one of the best in all of the league. Righties, lefties, it doesn't really matter. Cody Bellinger, he brings that ironclad plan of attack into that batter's box when it is time to do damage. That's what we saw this evening, and hopefully we see a whole bunch more of that as the Cubs set sail for Colorado. But in the meantime, well, everybody in the Dodgers uniform in that first frame, they had a Cody Bellinger state of mind, especially 4 guys who went bridge. Jordan Wicks, this is a day that he would love to forget, so let's go straight to that source. Wicksy, what happened in the first?
For me, it was just, mistakes left over the middle, especially in the first. Definitely struggled a little bit with off-speed command. And when you face a lineup that, is as good as them, that can't happen. And, credit to them. They did a good job of taking advantage of the mistakes I made, and, we're going to learn from it and move on.
What adjustments did you try to make as how the went on?
Yeah, I tried to, just land the curveball a little bit better, get more command of the changeup. Some things got better, some things didn't. It's just one of those things where got to keep learning, got to keep progressing, and then, go from there.
When you're trying to navigate that first inning, knowing that your off-speed stuff isn't command-wise where you want, What's kind of the thought process as you're trying to figure out how to grind through it?
Yeah, I think it's just come up with different different feels, different cues to try and get back in the zone. Some of the things that were really good in the bullpen weren't in the game, and so trying to get that feel back from what we had in the bullpen and translate it to the game, and it just didn't seem to do that.
What do you think of the comeback that team had there?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It showed a lot of fight in our clubhouse, and that's what our guys have done all year. They've done an absolutely outstanding job of, no matter what the scoreline is, continuing to fight, continuing to grind out ABs, and I think it says a lot about our team and a lot about the guys we have in the clubhouse that they didn't lay down after that start, and they fought their way back, and it says a lot about our team.
The first inning, the Shohei got you. How was it?
It was great. It was a fun experience. It was a slider down in the middle. I don't really know what you want me to say.
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, John.
Going to be extremely important, and it all starts on Friday. Javier Assad versus the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
The Rockies, not a great baseball team, flirting with 100 losses this season if things don't go as planned for them. But at home, they play a solid brand of baseball.
Well, everybody plays well at home, right? I mean, they're going to give you their best, and a lot of these guys are fighting for their lives. These guys are fighting for their lives, right? When you talk about the Rockies, the A's, the A's have played pretty good baseball since All-Star break. They're 27-21. The Nationals playing a little bit better baseball. They're 65-80. But my point of it is, you got to win all 10. You have your best and win all 10.
All of them?
Every last one. Javier Assad need to have his best start of the season.
Of the year.
In a couple days.
Okay.
That's just bottom line what it is.
This is good.
It's make or break. It's based on how you played at home.
How about that bottom number? 87 cents, opponent's batting average with Ducks?
Yeah, it looks great.
You feel good about that?
All that looks great. You said something about stats earlier, didn't you? Bill Belichick over there?
Yeah.
So when you think about what they are, they got to play great baseball, enjoy your day off, tough loss tonight, and then go do your thing out there in Colorado.
Well, like B-Double once said, on to Colorado. It's Friday. It's a 3-game set. We'll see how it all shakes out. For Cliff, I'm Cole. We'll catch you on Friday.
今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひご意見ご感想をコメント欄までお願いいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーの最新情報など海外の番組の翻訳をお届けしています。面白いと思っていただけましたら、よかったら高評価とチャンネル登録をお願いします。どんな情報をお届けしたら喜んでいただけるか、ぜひお聞かせください。それではまた次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。